Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today is November the 15th, 2021. I wanted to talk about um, Black women can't win. Having children versus not having children. That's what I want. Well, it's a lot of things that Black women can't win on, but I'm going to narrow it down and talk about that right now. And I was reading some blogs where I know that Black single motherhood is very stigmatized. It's a huge stigma for Black women to be single mothers. It's a huge stigma when Black women are single mothers, or and it doesn't seem to matter what circumstances. If the Black woman got married and got a divorce, and it rendered her a single mother, or if her mate, she had a baby or babies by a man and he died some type of way, or if she had a long-term relationship with someone and had children with a man, or had long-term relationships with two men, or whatever the situation is, and the relationship just simply didn't work out, and that rendered her a single mother. Um, it's all different types of reasons. Um, Everybody's situation is different, and it's all different types of reasons why a lot of single Black women wind up being single moms. I mean, everybody's situation is different, and everybody's circumstance is different. But it doesn't seem to matter what reason the Black woman winded up being a single mom. It doesn't seem to matter what reason that rendered her in that situation. She's still we are still single mothers. Black single mothers are subject to a lot of scrutiny, and a lot of criticism, um, generalization, stereotypes, you name it. We just get judged, just get dogged out. It doesn't seem to matter what circumstances. I was on a blog where, what was it, on YouTube or Facebook? I think it was on YouTube, where they was talking about the young lady. I did a video talking about her, the 21-year-old young lady with the two babies, and she committed suicide. I actually did a video talking about her. You hadn't had a chance to go over there and check it out. 21-year-old young lady committed suicide because she was dealing with a lot of pressure. So she was a single mother of two babies, and she was dealing with a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. And she was 21 years old, very young. Single motherhood is very, very extremely hard, extremely difficult, and it's extremely stressful. But it's even 10 times worse when you are a young adult. When you are a young adult and you become a single mother, it's even more detrimental. Because literally your brain is literally still growing. They say brain development does not stop until the age of 25. Yes. So literally, if you have a baby under the age of 25, your brain is literally still growing. And so it's a lot of things and you're in the beginning stages of young adulthood. So a lot of changes is taking place. And it's very difficult to have children or babies at that age. And I know I had my oldest son at 22, and I know my mindset was a whole lot different than it was when I had my youngest son at 32 because they're 10 years apart. And I know my mindset was completely different at 32 having a baby than it was at 22. It was a huge difference mentally, you know. And that's because the brain isn't done growing, you know, when you have a baby under the age of 25. And so she was so stressed out from the pressures of young single motherhood. And she was having problems, issues with the baby's father. And she just didn't, it seemed quite apparent that she didn't have a good support system. And it just breaks my heart. This broke my heart. But anyway, I was on a someone else's YouTube channel or community post, and they were talking about that, and lots of people were signing off in the comment section. And this one lady came in and said, black lady came and said that she got married and had kids, and she got divorced because things just didn't work out, you know, with her husband, and she got a divorce, and that what rendered her a single mom. Somebody come in somebody comes in and pass judgment on her, probably a black man, came in and passed judgment on her for being married and having kids by the wrong guy or something like that. I don't know. He said something. So I came in, I said, really? I said, the woman said she got married first. I said, really? Black women just can't win. So that's what prompted me anyway. That's what prompted me to do this video. I said, the woman says she got married. I said, black women just can't win, can we? It's like no matter what we do. But she came in and had someone criticize her for getting a divorce, or maybe saying something about she married the wrong guy or she didn't choose the right guy or something like that. And I explained in one of my other videos that people do change. People do change. Sometimes after you have, there's something changes, and I think something changes in a man's mind when a woman has a baby. Depending on his maturity level, I think depending on that man's maturity level, his age, his maturity level, those factors go into play. If a man is not mentally ready for major responsibilities like taking care of a family, if he's not mentally ready for that, he may think he's mentally ready, but then when the baby comes, he might panic and realize that he's not ready. And it just something to me, it just seems like something just changes in a man's head when it just changed the whole structure of the relationship. It just changes the whole dynamic of the relationship when and it's a huge misconception when people think that having a baby is going to bring them closer together as a couple. That is a huge misconception. It is the biggest misconception in the world. And that's why it has always been said, and I did a video talking about it, that you can't have no baby. You can't have no baby to hold on to no man, you know, because people have the tendency to think that it's going to bring you closer. In a lot of cases, it doesn't, you know. And so sometimes it's a situation to the man is jealous of the baby, that you're giving the baby more attention than what you're giving him. Lots of changes takes place in a woman's body after she have a baby. I know after I had my oldest son, my relationship with his dad went downhill because and he was 14 years older than me, so he should have been ready for the responsibilities of, you know, having a family. But our relationship went downhill because I went into serious postpartum depression after I had my oldest son. I went into some serious postpartum depression. I mean, serious postpartum depression, and very depressed. I had never had a weight issue, and the primary reason why I was depressed is because I had never had a weight issue. I wasn't an overweight child. I was a skinny child. You know, I was small all the way up until I got pregnant. Literally, I was small all the way up until I got pregnant. I never had any weight issues up to that point. And so I gained 40 pounds during my pregnancy with my oldest son. And I don't know why, because I had morning sickness throughout the whole doggone pregnancy. I don't know why I gained all that weight, but I gained 40 pounds. And after I had my son, I think when I went into the hospital, I weighed in at 190 pounds. And after I had him, I only lost 20 of those 40 pounds that I gained. So, and it was only 20 extra pounds. I don't even know why I was tripping. Because I look back to those pictures. I look back to those pictures. I'll be like, I wish I was that size again. I don't even know why I was even tripping. I don't even know why I was even tripping. Over it was but anyway, I did get the weight off. I did get the weight off. About a year later, I wound up getting the weight off. I was young and everything. Um, but I went into a major depression because people were making comments about my weight, and I had never had a weight issue before, so it really plunged me into a really deep depression. And then, I just didn't feel like my son's father was helping me like he should have been helping me. He wasn't helping me like he should have been. I mean, he was helping me as far as, taking me to the store, running errands and doing laundry for me. He was helping me in that aspect, but he wasn't helping me as far as with the baby and stuff like that. So that's a long story. And so I just went into some major postpartum depression. And I was isolated in my apartment a lot with my oldest son, and it was just a bad time for me mentally, horrible time, and so a lot of things change with women. I don't mean to get off the topic. A lot of things change with women when women have babies and everything, and so um, it just sometimes it changes the whole relationship, and so men do change. They change. I don't know if people expect black women to be psychics. I don't know if they expect us to be psychics when they. What exactly do you mean when you say we should choose better? Are we supposed to be psychics and we supposed to be able to predict that this man's going to change? Or, I mean, because people put on a facade. People put on the facade when you first meet them. They're the most beautiful person in the world. But then on down the road, they flip the script on you. That happens more often than not. And so, and so I don't know, they expect you to be a mind reader or psychic. I mean, what exactly do they mean when they say choose better? You know, um, now, granted, if a man has abusive tendencies or narcissistic or whatever tendencies, I mean, there are signs. There literally are signs to look for when you're dating guys that have. If a guy has really toxic traits, sometimes the signs are there in the beginning of the relationship, and a lot of times women ignore them. But if it's a situation to where the man don't really have any toxic traits, he's not exhibiting any signs of toxic traits in the beginning of the relationship, and then y'all be together and you have a baby, and then all of a sudden he flipped the script on you. It's just a situation to where he just changed. And then sometimes they meet somebody, they meet another woman, they start running around on you, and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of factors go into play. And I mean, I don't know if they expect us to be psychic and they expect us to be able to predict those things. I don't know. But anyway, it amazes me when they say we should choose better. So black women I think, instead of saying we should choose better, men should be better. How about that? Instead of saying we should choose better, men should be better. Men need to be better. How about that? So it just seems like black women really, really get scrutinized, being single mothers, stigmatized, scrutinized. But then on the flip side, that's my point that I'm making. On the flip side, when a black woman chooses to not have children, she wants to wait until she gets married, which she's supposed to be doing. She's doing what God said to do. And she's waiting for a marriage mate to have a baby. Excuse me. Now, some black women get well into their 30s, and they even get into their 40s, and they find themselves still single, without a husband and without a child, because they really wanted to wait until that husband to have a child. And so as a result, there are a lot of black women that are childless. And believe it or not, there are a percentage of black women out here that are childless. I have black women in my family that don't have children. Yeah. And both my nieces don't have kids. Okay. And my older sister don't have any kids. So I have black women in my family that don't have kids. So it's quite a few. There's a decent percentage of black women out here that don't have. I know other black women that don't have children. So, but then it just seems like black women that don't have children, they get judged. They get judged for not having children. So I'm like, let me see if I can get this right. If you have children as a black woman, you get dogged and talked about. Either, regardless, doesn't matter what the situation is. You're a single parent or whatever. But then if you don't have them, sometimes if you're a black woman and you're married and you have multiple children, you get dogged out for that too. Go figure. And then I'm noticing that a lot of black women that don't have children get scrutinized, get berated. You know, it's like it just seems like it's perfectly fine for a woman to not have children. It's not, being a mother is not for everybody. Motherhood is not for everybody. And it's perfect. And some black women are opting out of motherhood altogether, and that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. You know, there's no law saying that a woman has to have children. Being a mother is not for everybody. Being a mother is hard even if you're married. Being a mother, and depending on that man's mindset and whether he's ready for the responsibilities of fatherhood and all that kind of stuff, even if you're in a situation to where you marry, you can still find yourself being a single mom. Because the definition of a single mom is you doing it by yourself. So sometimes you can be in a marriage and still be a single mom. You know what I mean? It just depends on that man's mindset, whatever. And so a lot of women find themselves in that situation. So it's some, and they're the black woman fear here on YouTube. Some of them are opting out of having a baby altogether because these are the divestors. Some of the black women divestors on here are thinking about opting out of motherhood because they don't want to have children with black men. But that's a whole nother video. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole nother video. But that's perfectly fine if a woman, there's some women that just don't want children of all races. But when a black woman don't want no kids, it's a problem. Okay, why is it a problem? But see, now if she becomes a single mother, she going to get dogged out. If she become a single mother, she gonna get dogged out. But then if she chooses not to have kids, she gonna get dogged out for not having kids. So it's like, what gives? It's like, but see, like black women just can't win. It's just like a black woman just can't win no matter what she do. You know? So it just seems like, I know it might be certain members of her family that may, like her mother might want a grandbaby or whatever like that. But that's perfectly fine. If a young lady says that they don't want any children, I say that's fine. You don't have to have any children. And I personally hate, because I know how hard it is to raise children. And I personally hate it when people judge women that don't have children and scrutinize them and judge them. I hate that. It is okay if a woman doesn't want to have any children. That's okay. If a woman doesn't want to get married, stay tuned. I'm going to do another video talking about that. It's okay if a woman doesn't want to get married. It's okay if a woman doesn't want to have children. Why does it have to be a stigma? Why does it have to be something wrong with you because you ain't got no kids? And then when you having something still wrong with you because you done picked the wrong mate. You wind up, God forbid, if you wind up raising them by yourself, okay, you should have chose better. You picked the wrong man. You're a single mother. We single mothers are trash. Don't date them. This and that and the other. But then when a woman doesn't have kids, then it's an issue with that. A black woman don't have kids, then there's a problem with that too. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. So let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you are a black woman out there and you choose to not have any children, sound off in the comment section. Do you get those comments from people? I mean, let me know if you're a black woman, you decide to not have children, or let me know if you're a black woman and you're a single mom for whatever reason. If you were married or your husband died or whatever the situation is, let me know on the sound off in the comments section. And what are your thoughts on black women just getting judged? It just seems like no matter what we do, we get judged and we just can't win. It's like we get scrutinized no matter what our life decisions are and what we do in our life. We just seems like we get scrutinized no matter what. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. And the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I do a video. And until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet June.